right, ladies and gentlemen.
What up, baby?
What's going on, fam?
Customers brought in some reinforcements today.
Yes, sir.
All right. What's going on, fellas? How's everything?
Man, everything good, man.
Everything good, man. Everything good, you know.
Ready for some CANES football Saturday, you know.
It's gonna be a tough one. It's gonna be a tough one, but hopefully, we prevail. Hopefully, we do what we gotta do and come out victorious with this one, you know.
Yeah. Listen, man. I was thinking the whole offseason, I was drinking the Kool-Aid, probably almost as much as Flo was. And I was thinking, App State, Michigan State, these will be 2-3 touchdown wins. Nah, man. Even with the not having a ton of talent, Michigan State, Mel Tucker has these guys prepared. And honestly, I don't care about margin of victory this week. I just want the win.
Exactly.
Yeah, exactly.
When you play a team like that, man, they are in a, they got a brand name. People forget it was a time period where that was an average 10-win team for about 8-9 years.
Yeah, under what was the coach name? Mike D'Antoni, not Mike D'Antoni, but something like that. Yeah, they always groove. Man, you talked about this before. One thing that Michigan State packs and carries with them is defense under them. Because they had Narduzzi for a while. The head coach at Pitt was their D coordinator for years. So, like I said, man, I don't care if we win by half a point. Long as we look good doing it and win, I'm okay, man. I'm okay. You know what I'm saying?
These are the type of games that it's going to be a hard-fought victory. But, hey, they may surprise us and come out and pull that last time we played Nebraska and blow them out the water. You know what I'm saying? So, this team right now, you can't really gauge on where they're going to be at.
Right. You can't.
But like John was talking earlier, hopefully it was one of those that last game was kind of like a carryover from the Bama game. The players are beat up. They, kind of like, okay, we got a rest game and kind of took those boys for granted and was in a dogfight. It happens. I've been a part of those type teams that took teams for granted and they came and hit us in the mouth and we had to battle back and, inch out the victory. But this is a brand name. So I think those kids are going to be, I think they're going to be laser focused and I think they're going to be up for this game. And I think we may see a better product. And I think people got to, I don't think Michigan State is as good as people think they are because I've watched the two games. I watched both games twice. And Northwestern is not the Northwestern teams that we've known in the past that have played a lot of teams close in the Big Ten. I think they caught that Northwestern team in a down year right now. Youngstown State, I can't really gauge very much of them because they're not App State. They are FCS school. You see what I'm saying? So that's a whole different. They're supposed to do that. Well, we can't say that because Florida State lost to Jacksonville State.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Thank you, Jacksonville State, for that great victory that y'all, did. And great job on playing that flag, too.
Like, you played this game long enough, like Groove just said. I played in games where, you think you blow a team out and you struggle for the majority of the game. But, that's football. You know what I'm saying? Things happen in football. So you play the game long enough, you're going to miss a tackle, you're going to miss a block, you're going to get a pass caught on, you know what I'm saying? You're going to fumble. That's football. But at the end of the day, it's about how we look, right? We want to look better. You know what I'm saying? We want to look better in certain units. Like the offensive line, I want them to be more jailed. You know what I'm saying? If the offensive line plays better, there's no doubt in my mind we can't score 40 against anybody. But, And I'm sorry, John. I know, man. We need to let you do your thing. We need to let you do an intro. We kind of took over, and I'm sorry about that. You kind of talked about the offensive line. I think that they gave. It was times where they gave King a lot of time. You know what I'm saying? And I don't. It don't seem like the receivers got open, or he made the wrong read, or he held on to the ball too long. Because that play with Cam made that great block on that linebacker blitzing. Mm-hmm. There's no way he should be able to get up and make that tackle. No,
you got to do something. You got to use your legs.
Right.
And you got to get us. I think King has to do a better job at getting us out of those situations. You know what I'm saying? Be a threat.
and it's funny, and John, maybe you can correct me if I'm wrong, but I think Rhett needs to use the short passing game to the running backs a lot more and treat it like a long handoff, like like the great Bill Walsh used to do with his backs. Just get them the ball quick in space and let them use their athleticism to get what they can get. And if you notice, John and Groove, you fell asleep because you already asked you, did you see the Monday night game? You said you was going
knocked out.
Now, John, if you watch the Monday night game, at times it seemed like Lamar wanted to prove a point to people that he could stay in the pocket and beat teams from the pocket when there was open lanes. But I'm not knocking him for doing that. That's my guy. Yeah. I love Lamar, but that's what I seen with King. It's like he may have held on the ball half a second too long, but you see when he started to run, how it opened things up. Like, use what you got, man, to get what you need. So, yeah.
Yeah. No, totally agree. I've always been a proponent of get the playmakers the ball in space, short passing game. That's what gets this offense going, especially this offense. And I don't know why that's not the first move. But anyway, switching gears really quick. You guys were mentioning, looking good on, the team looking good on TV. They were in a dogfight. There were, emotional letdown from Alabama, what have you. But they were in a physical game last Saturday. They did not tackle well for the second straight week. I thought that was going to get corrected a little bit, but if anything, it got worse. And we're facing a running back. Let me throw out a few stats. Kenneth Walker III, who he's averaging 10 yards a carry right now. And in 2 games, yes, they played Youngstown in one of those games, but still, 10 yards a carry. Listen to this stat. In 2019, he's played 3 years. This is his 3rd year now. 2019, he had a 96-yard touchdown run. Last year, he had a 75-yard touchdown run, and this year he has a 75-yard touchdown run.
So he got some gas.
Yeah, he's got some speed. He's a big play running back as well as a physical running back. So
right.
I'm not going to lie. The dude, I'm not going to say he scares me because, we're Cane fans. No opponent scares us. But I am a little concerned, let's say, about this defense wrapping up because it seems like when the first tackler gets there, he either gets juked out or it's an arm tackle and he slips out. The first guy is not bringing the guy down ever.
Right.
Yeah. So how confident are you? We could start with you, Groove. How confident are you guys feeling in the run defense?
Personally, like I said, not too long ago, I think we kind of. I don't think that offense has seen the type of team speed on defense that we have. Mm-hmm. But I think we really don't have a really good grasp on how good that their offense really is as far as with the run game. You know what I'm saying? I think Hunt, Ford, and Nesta would be able to be a little bit more explosive, and because now these offensive linemen got to deal with D tackles that can shoot gaps. They got quick first steps. You know what I'm saying? Also, I think I kind of got a little rebuttal on the tackling aspect of it. I think we tackled pretty well towards the second half of the game, better than the first half, because like I said, Gervin Hall and those safeties was coming down and making some tackles, and even Wayman Steed was playing. He played sideline. The kid impressed me his sideline to sideline. I didn't think Steed was that fast. I think second half they kind of picked it up, but I'm not as worried far as with the run because I honestly don't think he gets over 150 yards. I don't think they're gonna have a total. But he's the bell cow, right?
Yeah.
I don't think he would crack over one. You know what I'm saying? One. So I'm that kind of. I think it's gonna be that type of game where the guys show up because. I don't think they have the athletes on the outside to beat us. So I think we're going to be swarmed by committee, kind of like the Alabama game. Those guys really didn't break free on us. I think it's going to be tackled by committee. You're going to see that team really flying to the ball to prove a point because I think this team really has it embedded in their head. We have to stop the run based off that. And I hate to go back to this game. We said we were never going to talk about it again. The North Carolina game. You see what I'm saying? I think it's embedded in their head, okay, we really have to focus in on the run, especially when everybody hyping it up. they can't afford. And I know Manny don't want another performance like that. So, and of course we got the good shoot. So I think they're gonna, we're gonna see some different playmakers, some different, type of play calling, and I think they may blitz a little bit more to combat their run game.
Yeah. Yeah. What about you, Ablakk? How you feeling about the run defense?
I'm in a wait and see mode, right? Mm-hmm. In the tackling, it's some missed tackles, but sometimes it's the angles that they're taking. They're not squaring up. They're not squaring up the ball carrier, and running their feet and and seeing what they hit. They're dropping their head. They're dropping their eye level, but they're not seeing anything. So now it's almost, like that desperation. Oh, shoot, and just try. That's what I'm seeing. I'm seeing, it's a lack of technique going on, not a lack of effort, but just a lack of technique. And maybe that's because they're not able to tackle to the ground in practice. But I'm going to tell you, they better bring their hard hat and lunch pail, because this dude is there. They're going to run the ball. That's what Michigan State has always done. Just look at all the backs they've had in the past. You know what I'm saying? Look at all the backs they've had.
Yeah,
that went to the league. You know what I'm saying? So they're going to run the ball. And like I said last week, going into the game, to make App State one-dimensional, we got to make Michigan State one-dimensional. We got to try to take away the running game and force them to throw the ball, and hopefully that plays into our hands as far as our pass rush and the pressure we can create. So we got to make them one-dimensional. We have to make them one-dimensional. Like, we got to get some tackles for loss to get them behind the chains. You know what I'm saying? Instead of it being 2nd and 5, let it be 2nd and 9 or 2nd and 12 or something like that.
Yeah, I agree.
You know what I'm saying? So yeah, that's how I see it right now, and hopefully. And that's the end all be all. It's just the tackling. Because when you miss that first tackle, now you got a 7-yard gain. You know what I mean? Now you got a 7-yard gain. Then that 7-yard gain turns into 14, and that 14 busts out to that 28, and so forth and so forth. So yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I agree.
Yeah, I 100%. And I said a lot during the offseason. Look, we went 8-3 last year, right? If you just improve two things, the tackling and the penalties, just improve on those two things, you improve to a 9 or 10 win team just on those two things alone.
Facts.
And it seems like, we haven't had like a 150-yard penalty game yet, but we've had some costly penalties, because Cam Harris had a nice little touchdown run called back as some guy was lined up in the backfield.
Yep.
And
that could have bust the game open.
It would have, yes.
And that's momentum. You could, and that wouldn't have messed my ticket up too, man. It messed up my parlay ticket.
Hey, look, I was thinking about you too, man. When we only won by 2 points, I said, Groove ain't cashed in on that one.
I didn't cash in at all. I just knew we was gonna win by at least 21 points.
I did too, and I'm pretty sure a lot of people in the chat probably thought we was gonna win at least by 20-some points.
I think they thought they was gonna win by 20-some points. You know what I'm saying? I think they just thought they was gonna be able to line up and overpower them. And those kids, much respect to those guys, man. Like me and John was talking offline, man. People got to understand, App State is not a, FIU or or a South Alabama. They play good football there, man. They're a constant 10-win team. You know what I'm saying? It's a reason why their coaches are getting picked up by major D1 programs like Tennessee and things of that nature, because they have their team prepared and they're producing. They rank like number 29 in the nation right now or something like that.
App State, yeah, they're not far off from top 25.
So can't really. It's just the name. And like we were saying earlier, you got to think Cincinnati came from Conference USA and they was considered a lower level program. But look at them now.
Yeah, they about to be in the Big 12.
Exactly. They was doing the same thing there.
They're doing well there.
You know what I'm saying? So
Hey John, I wanna address the comment about Arroyo. Like that's my guy. Groove can tell you that's one of my guys that I predicted to have a big year. Like, we got to get the ball to the tight ends. We don't run enough smash route concepts, crossing routes. Like, we got to get both of them tight ends the ball, man. It's like, we all know a good tight end game opens up the deep pass, opens up everything, right? Because now your linebackers got to vacate their zones to cover those tight ends, which allows the slants and the running backs to get going. We gotta start featuring these tight ends more. Got to. And Will Mallory got to catch the ball when he's targeted.
Yeah, if you're not catching the ball. But one thing I did like, Roy, he shows that he has the ability that Brevin had to make yards after the catch.
Right.
I said, okay, he's a tall guy, but he was able to contort his body in a way that the backer just kind of went by him. And it was like, okay, I see you, big fella. You got something about yourself, man.
The second coming to K2. I'm telling you.
I like him. And he got a nice body type. He has the body type of Jimmy Graham. If you really look at their bodies are shaped similar. Because you can tell he's athletic, but he's just a big, you ever seen a big athletic kid? Like, it looks weird because he's so big, but he's moving so fluid. Kind of like Tyson Fury. He's a big dude, but he moves so well. It's rare.
Yeah. No, true freshman, and he's 6'4", 6'4.5", 250.
Right.
As a true freshman, at 250, like lean, he carries it well.
Yeah, so, very well.
Yeah, man. So I need to see Arroyo more involved as well. I don't know why in 2 games he's only had 1 target, and it was a catch for 11 yards.
Yeah.
Like, it feels like they're not using the middle of the field almost at all. The one drive that they did, Harley got 2 targets and had 2 drops, and it's like, okay, we're going away from the middle of the field. We're just going to hand off and bubble screen the rest of the game.
And look, the middle of the field was wide open.
The
middle of the field was wide open.
I love the fact that Harley took, owned up to the end. Was like, what I'm saying? Pretty much he said, hey, ain't no excuse for that. I got to do better. You know what I'm saying? There's no way I should drop those passes. You know what I'm saying? So I like that he kind of came out with that.
Accountability, baby.
Yeah, he gave Sean that accountability. And, I'm looking for him to have a big game as well.
Yeah. Speaking of young guys getting in the game, I'm sure you all noticed the depth chart for this week, and you might have noticed who's RB2 this week. Young Cody Brown.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, because of injury, because Donald Chaney is out for the year, it seems like.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, but
a minor setback for a major comeback, but he's out.
Exactly. Yeah, no, we all know how good he is, and it's unfortunate because he scored a touchdown early in the game, and who knows, maybe he was on his way to having a huge game. But now Cody Brown and maybe Thad Franklin will get some carries.
Yeah.
So are you expecting Cody Brown to maybe have a big role in this game, or that's just kind of a name they're putting in the depth chart? It's going to be just that much more on Cam Harris.
I think
he definitely will, because it's going to be hot, and you got Cam going to need a breather.
Yeah,
like he's going to need a breather.
I think he have about 10 carries.
Yeah, it's about time. Next man up, right? Isn't that what we always said at Miami? No matter what the position was, no matter the year, the era, it was always next man up, right? And so he's the next man.
And if you look at the past few years, this is how certain players became the leader for the future. Because at one point it was DJ Dallas. He came in with then it was Cam that came in because everybody was expecting Lingard to get those carries, and Lingard was hurt. He got injured. They gave him a few reps, and then Cam started busting a lot of runs. That Georgia Tech game in particular, well, he was pretty much the only running back that was getting loose. So and I'm not I don't think that Cody Brown will be shy away from this type of game because he played in a big time program in Georgia with Parkview, and they play a lot of big games. So I don't think it'll be too big for him. You know what I'm saying? So I think if we do get the chance, I think we're gonna see what we've been wanting to see. I think he's gonna be running very hard. He's very explosive through the hole, and he got some good straight line speed. So he may shock a lot of people. If he get the hot hand, I won't be surprised if Lashley let him keep going. You know what I'm saying? If he's showing like, okay, well, they'll keep feeding him.
That's what I'm hoping. I don't know if you guys remember this game. It was Randy Shannon's last game. against USF. It was the one where Storm Johnson finally got a chance to carry the ball, and he ran for like 126 yards or something.
Yeah.
I hated for that. I hated that kid got in trouble with Golden, man.
Yeah. So I'm hoping Cody Brown, and he certainly has the ability to come in and look like Storm Johnson day one. And
this is the type of opportunity when legends are born, right? When legends are created.
Yeah.
You know, you come in and you know, just look, man, just don't make it no bigger than what it is. It's football. It's what you've been doing since you've been 5 years old, running that, toting that mail. You know, you're just on a bigger stage now.
Exactly.
You know, just be confident in your ability. Take your training to the field, and everything should be all right. If the O-line performs better this week, I think Cam and Cody Brown gives Michigan State all they can handle.
So who do y'all think they're going to be, since, on the depth chart, who y'all think is going to be the starting right guard and right tackle? Because I've seen it's still a competition this week.
I think it's still going to be the same guys.
Yeah, Navon at the guard and Olu at the right tackle.
Okay. I mean, I wouldn't be mad at it. Hey, they just got to up and play ball, man.
Hey, John, I wish Ja'Kai was healthy.
I wish he was healthy too, because I think he would be the starting center right now.
Yeah, but they got that. It came out that him and it's an agreement that they wanted to redshirt him, so they're holding him for 4 games.
Okay,
and that's what he that's what he asked the coaches, and the folks asked the coaches. They wanted to kind of keep that red shirt so he can get extended years. So
that's right.
Right.
Yeah. Coach Justice did say that. You're right.
You know what I'm saying? So I'm all for that.
That's a smart decision.
Smart decision, because you got to think. I'd rather have him have 3 years than 2. Because I know for a fact he's gonna be a pretty good doggone center. Like Linder was. Linder was a center, right?
Yeah.
Center, guard. He played a bunch of stuff.
So I'm all for that type move, and I think that's why you don't see a lot of these freshmen playing too.
And if you think about it, if you think about all our past great offensive lines, we've always had a dominant center.
Yeah,
we've always had a dominant center. If you just think of all our lines, we've always had a dominant center. Always.
Even the offensive line with Golden, even that O line with Golden. That was a pretty good offensive line.
Yeah, it was.
They're all went to the NFL.
They're all in the league, bro.
Exactly.
Bro, Golden. Look, when Golden was here, offensive line was never a problem, bro. Offense, period, wasn't a problem.
No.
We all know what the problem was under Golden.
It's an Offrio.
Right.
Sir Turkey Tits.
Yeah, exactly.
Exactly. So, like you said, man, I think he'll show up there because he's not going to be able to they're not going to be able to move him like Gainer is able to be moved, because it's like even the game against App State, I'm like, bro, like he just whiffed on the D tackle. I mean, yeah, I'm like, what are you doing? Like, you can't make those mistakes, man. You can't.
Like, I've been seeing Gainer getting bullied for the past 2 years now. I'm like, dude, you playing too high. You ain't dropping your anchor. I'm like, dude, you getting creamed out there.
Is it just bad O-line coaching? Because the common denominator with the golden years for the O-line was our Kehoe came back.
Right.
I mean, I don't know. I'm like you like to say, Black. I'm in wait and see mode. I'm gonna give Justice his time. You know what I'm saying? Because from what we was told, Campbell was looking great before the injury. So we've seen certain players that has been performing better. So I can't say it's the coaching, because if we've getting from what we was told, Campbell was down in the depth chart at one point, and he was performing at the level that everybody said he was performing. From a player that was said this, I can't say it's the coaching. I have to, if this continues like it is next year, okay, now we got a coaching issue. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I'm in wait and see mode. I'm gonna give him a little time.
I saw this question earlier, or this comment. about the younger guys. Need to see Brown and Huff play now. Taylor Kinchins needs to see the field as well. What are you thinking, Groove? I already see you shaking your head.
I don't think I wouldn't waste Taylor. We don't need him. We don't need him right now, D tackle. The D tackle's not playing bad. Why would we? You know what I'm saying? You get him in the four games that you can still redshirt him. I would not burn Leonard Taylor's red shirt because it's only going to help our program. You know what I'm saying? Like now, if we get 2 or 3 injuries, now we're talking that's a different story. But right now, getting them 4 and 5 plays, does that help us? You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. But with Cam Kitchens and those other guys, I think, Cam them, they need to see a little bit more feel. You know what I'm saying? Because we're kind of thin at that position. But D tackles, those guys been performing pretty good.
I think he was just, I don't want to put words in his mouth, and correct me if I'm wrong, whoever made the comment, but I think he may have been saying just to see him out there because he get 4 games before you get up to 4 games. So,
but I don't know. We don't know what 4 games they agreed on they want him to play. It may be, you know what I'm saying, it may be Florida State. It may be a big weekend where they got multiple recruits coming in. You know what I'm saying? We don't, you know what I'm saying? Kind of like.
I got it. Yeah, I got it. I mean, I don't think he's talking about I don't think he's really saying this.
Start him. I know he don't mean start him, but
I'm talking about like I don't know if he's talking about this particular game coming up, or is he just saying he just want to see him? Okay. You know what I'm saying? Like, we all want to see him. You know what I'm saying? We all want to see him because honestly, I think when he get his chance, I think the young man gonna play well. But Cam and James, they've already shown you that they can play on this level. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? They already showed you that against the best team in the country. So, they deserve some more burn. They deserve some more playing time. And even T-Rob said it. You know what I'm saying? T-Rob said, they earned it. They earned more playing time. So, man, look, get them young, hungry guys in there because all they thinking about is knocking somebody's transmission loose. You know what I'm saying? That's all they want to do. And change somebody's oil out there.
Yeah, and I don't want him to get it wrong. Like, I definitely want to see him play. You know what I'm saying? I just don't. I'm kind of thinking about the future.
Right, right.
You see what I'm saying? It's kind of like if I can have Leonard Taylor in the program just a little bit longer, and I can pair him with Shamar Stewart, and you know what I'm saying? They in the same.
Right.
Time they seniors.
Yeah, he'd be the anchor. He'd be the anchor of that line. You know what I'm saying?
You know what I'm saying? We get those guys like that, and Najee Kelly and all those kids like that, man.
Wesley Basant, you know what I'm saying, that linebacker, you know what I'm saying?
That's just to think about that. That's crazy.
Right.
Yeah. This is my opinion, though. In today's recruiting, I think getting the number 1 D tackle and a top 10 player like LT, I think it's a bad look to not feature him right away because here's what I'm thinking. Let's say you don't play him. Let's say they just end up redshirting him this year. He plays his 4 games. He's going to be out after 3 years regardless if he plays the way we're expecting.
Right.
So what Main Event's saying here, you might as well play him now. So I kind of agree with that. In today's day and age in recruiting, it's like, the Shamars and the Nigeliks, they're going to want to play right away. They all want to play right away.
Right. But they will have an opportunity to play right away because there's not many guys at the position for real. That's just standing out. You see what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Like, so who do you take? My thing is, who do you take plays from? Because you got to take plays from somebody. Who do you take plays from? Who's been underperforming at the D tackle position that you're going to take? Because at the end of the day, you got to think about this also. You got players that's trying to go to the league.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? Leonard Taylor still got time to get his film to get to the league. At the end of the day, that's a selling point. If you think about, okay, we get a grad transfer in or something like that. They're gonna look at I may go there and they may put a freshman in front of me. I'm wasting. You see what I'm saying? Like I think it's kind of a double-edged sword with it. I get what you're saying though, because he may not be here for the whole 3 years, but it's kind of like, okay, so which way do I go? Because you gotta show that you treat your upperclassmen well. You don't forget about them when they get in the program for a few years. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
Because they try at the end of the day, these are these are the league years. Okay, now they really looking at them. I'm eligible. I'm draft eligible. So I kind of get if they holding them out, but I definitely get what he's saying about okay, he won't be here 3 years if he perform at that level. We think so, but that's why I was saying early. I mean, before the season, when people was calling me crazy, we need help at the end. Play him at defensive end some if we need to get him out there, especially against a run heavy team. We need some type of anchor at a strong body to anchor. You see what I'm saying? That you won't be able to be washed down on a zone play. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They're not gonna be able to move him like they'll be able to move McLeod or a what's my guy named number 12?
Jafari Harvey.
Jafari Harvey. You see what I'm saying? So that if they want to get him up, I would play him at the strong side end if I would, try to get, especially as a run defense like that. So that's my opinion.
And in my opinion, I'm like, he's the number 1 D tackle in America, right? And whatever he's been doing in practice, I'm like, get him some reps to show you what he can do in the game. Like, look, I don't care if it's Saturday, I don't care if it's against Central Connecticut State. Like, because you never know what he may be. You know what I'm saying? You get him some time, he may show flashes like, yo, he just.
I like you, Futch. I said the same thing, Futch. I said the same thing, man. People call me crazy. I said play 56 at end against Bama. I said that. I said those exact words.
Me personally, I would get him in. I'll get him some plays. You know what I'm saying? At D tackle. And hey, in the pass rush, bring another D tackle and move him out to end, whatever. He's versatile, right? He's the number 1 D tackle in the country. You look at all the other number 1 deep tackles in the past in the country when we went to their schools. They played.
Mm-hmm. They dominated. Look at Brian Brzee in Clemson as a true freshman. Dominated.
Yeah, they played. So my thing is like, yo.
And he plays tackle. Oh, he played tackle.
He played D. He played D in, and sometimes they put him in at tackle or pass it.
He's bigger than Leonard.
Or passageways, but he's a natural DN. He played DN for his high school in Damascus. He was a DN.
Okay.
Yeah. That's
still a big dude.
Yeah, he's a huge dude, bro. You see this dude in person, this dude is like, he's like the Big Show. You know what I'm saying? That dude is huge. But look, man, I want to see LT. I want to see Chase Smith also.
He's back of the future.
Yeah, I want to see Chase Smith too, man. I want to see these guys, yo.
What you think about him playing linebacker, John? Would you still just play him at striker?
I want him at linebacker. Yeah. I want him at linebacker, maybe in the middle. I mean, the middle is a whole different animal because of the mental aspect of it.
I put him at that weak side, and then because you got to think, hopefully we get Percent and he can play that middle, and you got that other rangy guy. You see what I'm saying?
Medlock, yeah.
You feel me? So I love that weak side linebacker, bro. I love Chase. I seen a picture with him and
James
Williams, and he was bigger than James. Like the kid, he's still growing or something. Yeah, like that kid was huge. I was like, them boys.
He's a baller for sure.
He's a freak athlete.
He's a baller for sure, no doubt about it.
Yeah, and if Chase Smith is another guy that you're gonna save him for next year, maybe play him in 4 games. This is one of the games you put him in. I think this is one of the games you let the floodgates open. Play the young guys. Use one of those 4 games this Saturday because you got to win this game, and B, you need all the athleticism and physicality on the field you can get.
I got a question for you, John.
Yeah.
If they already came to agreement that we're gonna red shirt, if the players and the coaches say, "Hey, we're gonna red shirt you this year," what 4 games would you play these freshmen? 4 games right now.
That's a good question. This game for sure. North Carolina for sure.
Yep, that's a good one.
VTech.
I say Florida State.
The VTech, because that's only 3, and then Florida State.
Yeah, I would put them the 4 biggest games. This one this Saturday, UNC, FSU, Vatech.
We agree on that because the reason why I say Florida State, you want them to get the feel of that rivalry.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
And look, in the Virginia Tech game could flip-flop depending on how Virginia Tech is doing with Virginia Tech and Pittsburgh.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? Because they're kind of similar teams.
Yeah.
You know, they're kind of similar. So
that's crazy you said that. That is true. Now that I think about it, VTech and Pitt are similar teams. They're similar squad. Both got good defenses.
Right. But Florida State is a must.
Yeah, you got to play
Florida State because you want them to feel that rivalry, like you said. You want them to all week they playing that chant and all that crap, and then when you go there and now you on the field, now you actually submerged in this thing. You behind enemy lines. How you gonna perform?
Exactly.
How you gonna perform?
I like it. That's cool.
They got to feel the rivalry for sure. I totally agree with that. They got to get a taste of it. And Brother Jay Blaze, I keep forgetting, we got Avante back in.
I forgot about
I forgot all about Avante.
Yeah, we get him back in the 7th game, which unfortunately is right after the UNC game. We got him back for NC State.
Oh, well,
that's good. That's good because, UNC offense is pretty good.
Did he already redshirted, didn't he?
Medical.
Well, COVID redshirt.
Yeah, COVID redshirt.
COVID-free year. Yeah.
Okay.
So technically, this is his freshman year right here.
So he can be redshirted again.
Yes.
He could. Yeah.
He could.
That's the thing is, I wish we had him against Sam Howell, but we won't. But
of course, that situation is not a, you know what I'm saying, but it could play in our favor in a sense. Because they still can redshirt them. You see what I'm saying? They still can play them for, you know what I'm saying, 4 games. So we at the 10-game mark. Let them play a bowl game. Just let them play 3 regular season games. You let them play the bowl.
All right. So what if we win the Coastal and we play in the ACC championship game?
Play them.
That you play them. That's more important than a bowl game, I think.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Of course.
Yeah.
Well, okay. Now, what if we win the ACC? Now we're in the playoffs.
Burn the red shirt.
Burn the red shirt.
Leave his ass on the field.
All right. No, look. I just want to make sure we all on the same page right there. You know what I'm saying?
Listen, burn the red shirt and burn everyone else's red shirt too. You're all playing.
Right.
Title.
Right.
The red shirt.
Because if you think about it, right, if y'all think about it seriously, if that happens, right, we will be the 4th seed, right? So we will play Alabama again.
But we don't know. But honestly, bro, how Georgia looking, man? Look, man. Oh my God. We don't really know what Bama is. We don't know.
But we don't know what Georgia is either. Like Georgia, we don't know what Georgia really is yet.
Hey man,
we're gonna find out what Bama is this Saturday.
What they did to Clemson, man. What they did to Clemson that's probably the defensively. That's the most impressive performance I've seen from a defense in the past 15 years.
That was crazy. I just think Uagalali just wasn't ready. I think, defenses are usually ahead of offenses, and you have those low-scoring games in the first week. But, yeah, he just played bad. He just had a terrible game.
They held them to 2 yards rushing, bro. Clemson. They held them to 2 yards.
Right.
2. And I'm like, bro, like that was a dog. I was like, man, I ain't seen a defense like this since you know what I'm saying, since back in a good time 20 years ago. 2 yards, Clemson, a powerhouse team like Clemson.
That's crazy.
2 yards. 2.
Yeah, that.
And then you take pick 6 to the house.
Yeah, they didn't score a touchdown. That's crazy. They didn't score a touchdown.
They won with defense, man.
They won with defense. Yep. Yeah, look, and I'm with Les on this one. We are not ready for the big dogs. We're not ready for – we may not know what Bama and Georgia are. I know we're not them. I know that for sure.
Not there yet.
Right,
we're a good year or 2 away at least. We're not there yet. It takes years to get to that level.
Exactly. And that's what I like. And this is why I'm not with blow up the ship, because we've been stacking good chips on top of good chips. Just think about this, bro. You have people say what they want to say. You got Gervin Hall and you got Bubba Bolden. Both of these was highly rated safeties coming out of high school.
4-star recruits, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Highly rated. Then you get Avante Williams. Then you stack that on top with Cam and James Williams. These was top 10 safeties. You see what I'm saying? And then we may get Kamari Wilson, another player that you stack, and then you got sleepers like Chase Smith. These are guys that like these are the people. These are the type. We got some of the type of players that go under the radar like Russo that develop into these beasts that you never thought of. People keep saying safety or striker with Chase. He may turn around and be an All-American linebacker for us because he got so big. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I love the recruiting on that defensive side of the ball because Miami not ever had an issue with recruiting offense. We've not ever had an issue with getting offense and receivers. We always get 4-star receivers and running backs. Just think about it. When the last time we haven't got a 4-star running back every year?
Hey, yo, you know, it's funny when you said Chase Smith, you know who he reminds me of. He's a little taller, but just similar in playing styles and speed and athleticism was Jesse Armstead. He was like the number one linebacker coming out of high school when he was at Carter in Texas. Like he in that similar build and mold, and if he could turn out to be as good as Jess was, like yo, we done struck gold. You know what I'm saying?
One thing I do love that the coaches are doing, they're getting a lot of players that are used to winning. A lot of these kids that they get from Texas and like James Williams and all these, they're used to winning. Like man, like those kids are used to winning football games. So losing, it hurts them. You feel me? Even with Avante and all those kids, but even with Stevens, bringing back Tyreek, he's at Georgia. He used to winning. So just like what he said, I prepared for this moment when he made the last play. You see what I'm saying? That's a different mindset that I felt like we was missing for a while because those kids were, some of those kids wasn't used to winning. You feel what I'm saying? So the recruiting is a lot different than what we had prior. You see what I'm saying? On the defensive side of the ball. What's up, Kane, bro? Yeah.
Chug Mo Beer, as always.
Chug Mo Beer. What's going on, champ?
Chug Mo. I like that handle, man. Chug Mo Beer. I'm chugging some green. Tonight. I got some green tea.
All right, so we'll be on like maybe 5 more minutes, guys. So
okay,
throw your questions at us. Please hit the like button, hit the subscribe button.
Yes.
Follow Ablakk and Groove on their channel, Storm Warning, also. And it's one word, right? They can find you Storm Warning.
Yes, sir. Storm Warning, one word.
So what's up with the predictions, man? What's the score you think? What you got? I got it 20. I think it's gonna be a 20-something game. I think it's gonna be 27-24 or something like that. That's what I'm thinking. Miami.
I got like 35-28.
I think it's gonna be
35-28.
I think they finally do open up the offense a little more because, Rhett Lashley and these coaches, they're not deaf. They know what we're saying.
Mm-hmm.
They hear us. I think they open it up a little more, and we win 31-29.
Okay.
I think it's a dogfight all the way to the end.
Yeah. In my opinion, I don't think their DBs can cover our receivers a whole game.
Yeah. And we playing at 12 too. I think that heat is gonna play the humidity is gonna play a factor.
Yes.
The humidity is
I'm so glad it's at noon.
Oh yeah, man, they're gonna be baking.
They're gonna be gasping for air. That's what they're gonna be doing. That cramp monster gonna get them.
Yeah. Do you guys think Royal will get more burn? I think he will and he has to.
Yeah.
Yeah, he definitely has to. 5-13 Kane. He has to, man. It's like you can't. One thing I think everybody can agree with, right? What made Miami always Miami is that we've always put our best talent on the field and we got them the ball. Like you gotta get your best players out there and get them the ball and let them create opportunities. You know what I'm saying? Make the quarterback look good. They can't match us athlete for athlete. Let's not This is not rocket science. You know what I'm saying? Let's not make this difficult.
Yes, sir.
Yeah,
But like I said, man, Storm Warning. Please check us out. Search Storm Warning, like, comment, and subscribe. Tell a Cane or tell a Cane. Let's try to get us to at least 300 or 400 subscriptions. We'll be on tomorrow night, right, Black? 9:30?
Yes, sir.
Tomorrow night, 9:30. Check us out tomorrow night. We'll send a reminder out here in a little while. You know what I'm saying? So I just wanted to kind of throw that out there, John.
Yeah, absolutely, man.
We got any more questions?
I don't think so. No, I think.
Hey, so speaking of, somebody mentioned something about Huff. I would like to see Huff.
Me too.
I would like to see Huff, just to see what he can bring to the table. You know what I'm saying? I would like to see him, man. I really would.
I think because we rotate a lot of guys because remember Steve was second string.
Right.
Yeah, and Steve played a lot. So Steve is the starter now. So we're gonna see because they rotate a lot. So we're gonna see, you know what I'm saying? We're gonna see a lot of Huff, man. Hopefully he does well. So I'm praying for the kid. I like that kid.
And you know, speaking of DNs, I think he's not. I think he got hurt, so he's redshirting this year. But Thomas Davis, the young man from Georgia,
we forget about him.
Like, cause he played, he looked pretty good in the spring game and some scrimmages. So, you know, next year he gonna be bigger because he's in that strength and conditioning program. So
he's already getting big.
Yeah. So yeah.
Yeah.
And Chance Williams played well too.
Yeah, he did.
You know, Chance Williams played well too.
He's starting to turn a corner.
Yeah.
And major shout out to Amari Carter. That kid been enrolled for 2 years now. I just want to give a shout out to that kid for playing his butt off this past week. He showed his potential.
He
played much better. Yes.
Yes, he did. I think. Hey, look, I would like to see him in the middle.
I wouldn't be that either. I
would like to see him in the middle, and then you get Frierson on the field with him.
Yeah.
Like I would like to see Amari in the middle. I mean, but yes, that position change for him
has worked.
It's making him get him some dollars, right? You know what I'm saying? Because they may say in the league you're gonna be a weak side, or they may move you to the middle. You know, because let's say at safety it was a no hats, but you move closer to the line of scrimmage. You know what I'm saying? Playing that hybrid linebacker role,
and he still can cover. He's still fast to cover.
Exactly.
Yeah. He's a fast linebacker. He's a very athletic linebacker.
For sure. Yeah, right. I want athletes on the field. All right, guys. So I'm going to be on Canes Inside at 9 p.m. So I'm going to take a little break and get something to eat. You guys, again, for those of you just popped into the chat right now, follow Storm Warning and also give me a follow or subscribe if you haven't already.
Yes, sir. Follow my dog, John.
Make sure y'all follow John, man. This guy knows his stuff. Historian.
Yes. Thank you. I appreciate it, man. All right, boys. As always, go Canes.
Yes, sir. Holla at y'all boys.
See y'all.